You can start now.
Hello, welcome to our WWLC Malaysia. Today is a wonderful day because we invite a very special speaker. She is amazing. She's so beautiful and she is a very wonderful lady. And she actually from USA. I'm Ernestina. I'm honored to come to here and sharing with you and do some opening speech. And for me, I'm a WWLC Malaysia CEO. For me, I joined this organization already over 2 years. For me, I think we join together, we make something different. We make this world become better and better because we sharing our wisdom and vision and mission. We need to join together and help other people become better world. And today the topic is about recreate your reality. Have you ever wanted to wake up to a new and wonderful life? Are you searching for something more and struggling to find it? Do you fear that you are stuck and nothing will ever change? Then you have come to the right place. Because today the speaker, Beebee Ooi, she will sharing with you her topic is about the recreate your reality. And let me introduce her. Actually, she is from US and she is a very successful entrepreneur. She is the founder of Institute of Human Potential and Success USA. And she also is a co-founder JLE Core LLC USA. Let us welcome our speaker, okay, Beebee Ooi. I believe she will sharing with you amazing wisdom and her experience about her today's topic. I think you cannot fix the past, but you can only change the now and inspire the future. Let us welcome Beebee Ooi. Beebee Ooi.
Yeah, hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Stella, the president of WWLC Malaysia. So before we are invited Beebee Ooi, let us introduce our moderator of the day today, Angie. So she's a very famous jewelry designer in Malaysia. So can we pass time to Angie before we starting to introduce our speaker of the day? Thank you, Angie. Over to you.
Thank you, Stella. Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Angie, as Stella mentioned, from Malaysia. And first of all, I would like to actually thank World Women Leading Change Malaysia for organizing this amazing sharing by Beebee Ooi, which is our speaker of the day. Her topic will be recreate your reality. So very looking forward for your sharing. And today we are actually glad to have our founder here from World Women Leading Change, Dr. Ayla, and we have our Malaysia chapter of WWLC, our trustee, Tatin Jalina, and our guest of honor, which is Malaysia chapter CEO, Tina, and last but not least, our president of WWLC for Malaysia chapter, Stella. Thanks for having me here to moderate the session, and thanks the guests for joining us. Without further ado, Beebee, over to you. Do you want to share the screen, or you can unmute yourself first?
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing on a Sunday?
First of
Very
all,
good.
let me thank WWLC for giving me this opportunity to do some sharing. I'm very grateful for this opportunity. And let me start by introduce myself, okay? I'm actually originally a Malaysian. I currently live in New York, USA. I've been living there for 13 years. And why do I want to share this topic, recreate your reality today? Because it is something very special to me, and I would like to share my experience as well. So do you have any question about who I am, what I do? Anyone has any question?
We
Yes, can you
love
please
to
tell
know you
us?
more. Yes, we love
Okay.
we love to hear from you more. Okay, go
Okay,
ahead.
sure.
Yes.
So currently, as you see, I'm the co-founder of JLE Core LLC USA. So under JLE Core Group, we have two businesses. One is actually anti-aging. So I'm actually in the anti-aging and wellness business. And I've been doing this for more than 10 years in anti-aging and wellness. And then the other business that I am doing is education. Education is my biggest passion, is what I think I can contribute to the world. I've been trained by some of the best top leaders and teachers or gurus in success. And from all the experiences that I've personally gained through these teachings, I would like to give it back to the world. So I started the Institute of Human Potential Development and Success. So when I was given this invitation to speak, I thought, hey, why not? It is very connected to who I am, very aligned to my mission. So I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to share. So I'm actually currently in Malaysia on a business trip. As some of you asked me, is it actually nighttime in New York? Actually, I'm in Penang, Malaysia right now. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. If not, then I'm going to proceed to my presentation, my sharing.
We love to save the best for last, BB. So I definitely would want to actually pose some question at the end of the session. So
Sure.
you can actually go ahead and share your topic first.
Okay, so let me just go ahead and start. Okay, so let me just talk about recreating your reality. Why do I pick this topic, recreating your reality? When I was invited for this talk, they asked me, what would you like to talk about? And I have multiple topics. And then I said, you know what? Let me talk about recreating your reality. Why? Because it's very relevant to the current pandemic. A lot of people are in fear. A lot of people are in uncertainties, in confusion. And many people talk to me and they say, I'm stuck. My business is stuck. I'm very insecure about my job. I'm insecure to go to work. And I've even heard about people telling me that, I'm having problem with, at home with my partner because, I've never spent so much time in my life with him. So I was like, okay, wait, many people are complaining. And when I asked them, what are you going to do about it? They say, oh, we just want to vent. We just vent and then we move on again. So I said, well, actually, you can do something. And people started asking me, what can I do? I can't think of any ways. So I say, you know what? This will be a really good topic for today's discussion, because I want to inspire people to believe and to know that you can recreate your reality. You can. And the question is, why do people stay in the current reality? Are you happy in your current relationship? If you're not, why are you still in the relationship? Or are you going to do anything about it? Are you happy with your current business or your current career? If you're not, what are you going to do about it? I hear a lot of people say, well, I cannot do anything about it. If someone who is working, they will be telling me that no one else is going to pay me the same salary, or no one's going to hire me at this age. Or I met people in business and they tell me, you know what, I don't want to invest in anything from now on. I just want to save my money. Maybe I retire. I find that most people are currently living in fears. It's a very fear-based decision making. So I want to share with you, first of all, why do people stay in a reality that they do not like? Most of the time is because of the society conditioning. They look at people, they observe, they copy from your family, from your culture, from your religion, from your school, from the people you surround yourself with. The more you complain to people and the more the people who listen to you agree with your complaint, the more stuck you're going to be. You're going to go back into a pattern of the same reality, a reality that you do not like. So what I would like to share here is the top 5 reasons why people stay stuck in the current reality. The reason number 1 is fear of decision making. I find that many people do not want to make decisions. And they don't realize that when you don't make decision, you just made a decision because your decision was not to do anything about it. So you did make a decision. Number 2, why do people are afraid of making decisions? Because they don't want to get blamed. They fear that if I make this decision, if it turned out to be wrong or if it turned out to be not good, everybody's going to blame me and I don't want to take that blame, which then takes us to fear number 3. Fear number 3 is fear of taking responsibility. I've worked with many people and I've discovered that one of the biggest fears that people do not know how to change their reality is because they do not want to take responsibility for the decision that they make. So then the next fear is something that even I was dealing with a long time ago. It's a fear of not being good enough. Fear that I'm not smart enough to make this decision. Am I making the right decision? It's a lot of low self-worth, a lot of self-doubt. If I make this decision, is this the best decision? And most people will end up asking around, asking their friends, asking their family, and then they make the decision based on other people's feedback. And what I normally say is that you are making decisions based on other people's reality. So you end up having the reality of everyone else, but not yours. And the last fear is the fear of following your heart. I've spoken to many people, and I always tell them, just follow your heart. And they would ask me back, what do you mean by following your heart? I don't know what it means to follow your heart. Most people just very left-brained, meaning they calculate, they analyze, and they use their logic mind. We're given 2 sides of the brain for a reason. We need to stay in balance. We need to know how to use the right brain. Our right brain is guided. We're always guided. But if we stop using the right brain and depend entirely on the left brain, then we're going to make decisions that is based on what we learned from other people, not who we truly are, what we really need. Okay, so these are the top 5 reasons people stay in their current reality. And what do you do if you are stuck in that reality? You either complain to your friend, or you vent, or you say you have to accept that reality. But today I want to share with you that you don't have to stay stuck in that reality, that you have a choice and that you can do it. So let me share with you my own example. I mentioned that earlier, if you want to hear my example. About 13 years ago, when I was about 28 years old. Actually 15 years ago, when I was 28 years old. I had what people would say very successful life. I had my own business. I had nice cars. I had nice properties. I was in a relationship that on the outside people thought you're in a happy relationship. But inside of me, I was miserable. I was not happy. I was just putting up a show to show people that I'm doing well. I'm successful. When I go out, I don't want to think about anything. I just want to have fun. So all my friends, all my family thought that, hey, you have everything. You have nothing to complain about. I have no reason to complain, but I was not happy. I was miserable. I was in a relationship that was very unfulfilling. I was in a work that I questioned. I was in a business that I questioned every day. Is this what I'm supposed to do for the rest of my life? And when I started thinking about that, it was very depressing. I started getting very depressed. I started questioning, what is the meaning of life? What is the purpose of life? At that time, no one could give me an answer. I was searching high and low, like who could guide me? Who could help me? Who could teach me? Nobody can tell me. And when I started sharing with my friends, what I got back was, oh, you know what? You should just be grateful with your current situation. You have everything that everybody wants. But my heart say no, something big was very missing. So I started reading books. I started going on a journey. And after reading multiple books, I started reconnecting with my true self, who I am, what I want in life. And at that point, this is what I call about reality. It was a reality that I did not want. it was a reality that when everybody sees it, they say, I wish I have what you have. But it wasn't the reality that I want. It wasn't the type of life that I designed it to be. I just let my life be what society expect to see. So I made a decision. Do I stay, or do I take that uncomfortable decision and do something else? It was a hard decision, and a lot of people questioned my decision. And at that time, I was feeling very insecure about my decision because I wasn't sure if it was right or not. But my heart strongly tell me it's the right thing to do. Go for it. Follow your heart. So guess what I did? I gave up the company. I gave up the relationship. I moved to New York. I moved to New York City with nothing, and I restarted my life. Everybody say you're crazy. You just leave everything behind and then you move to New York. And I don't know anybody. I just went there. And I want to share with you, it's the best ever decision I've made in my life. Why? Because within a few years of finding myself, self-discovery, learning about who I am, what I want in life, what inspires me, I found the love of my life. And then I got married there. I started having family. I started my own business. And this time around, I changed it. I started designing my reality. I set the intention that this is the life that I want. I want a life where I meet such and such person as my partner, as my husband, as the love of my life. And then I started also setting intention, what kind of business I want to do and what kind of life I want to design. So I consciously design my life from then on. Basically, I choose my reality. And today I run a few businesses in Korea, in USA, and in Malaysia. And I travel around the world multiple times in a year. I meet great, great, great people all around the world. I found my mission. I found my purpose in life. So now I'm living a life full of purpose, full of sharing, full of inspiration, full of creative inspiration. And I want to share this inspiration to everybody here listening, because if I can do it, everyone can do it. Why? Because I came from a small town in Penang, Malaysia, a very small town, very small, tiny island. But I have big dreams. And I just took that faith, that leap of faith, and follow my heart and started changing my reality. So I changed my reality from a miserable relationship, from a miserable work. And I was willing to take that chance. I was willing to follow my heart. And I want to share with you, when you follow your heart, it always takes you to the right place. And that's how I changed my reality. The reality that I'm living right now is the reality that I consciously designed. Basically, I set my intention very well. This is what I want. This is the type of life that I want. And then I let myself be guided along the way. So I want to share with you that whatever situation you're in right now, ask yourself, are you happy? Whether it's your relationship, whether it's your career, whether it's your business, your financial, your health, your wellness, anything. Ask yourself, are you happy? Are you, is this what you want? And if it is not, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to just accept it and say, this is what life is? And I'm just going to be like everyone else. All my friends is the same. They tell me they have these issues, they have issues, and everyone have issues. Yes, everyone have issues. But the difference is, are you going to do anything about it, or are you going to stay the same? So today's topic, recreate your reality, is about that. Is that you can change your reality. I believe in it very, very, very strongly because I've done it before, and I've seen amazing, amazing people do it too. Whether it's your financial situation, whether it's your career, your relationship, your friendships, your anything, your wellness, your health, you can change that. So now let's move on to then how do you change that? I have a very simple model that I would like to share with everyone here, that you can use it anytime and every time that you feel that you are in a reality that not what you created or not what you want. Okay, so I call it the GPS system. What is the GPS system? G stands for gratitude, P stands for perspective, and then S stands for solution. So, you know, we don't have a perfect life, no matter how you design your reality. However, when you have this tool, anytime you come into a roadblock, when you feel stuck, bring this tool out and start applying it. So gratitude, whatever situation you're in, try your best to find gratitude out of it. I want to share with you one example. A lot of people or a lot of my clients are in retail business, and you know, as you know, with the MCO and the lockdown in New York and all over the world, a lot of businesses were interrupted, especially those in retail. So they become very depressed because they say there's nothing I can do about it. You know, the government shut it down. People are not coming out. People are losing jobs. They don't have the spending power to spend. What should I do? You know, so there's two sides that I've seen. One side is they just close it down and say, I'll go for early retirement. Another side is just sitting there and hoping that the government will do something. Maybe the government will do something and magically, you know, everything will start changing and, you know, my business will go back to normal. Unfortunately, we all know the reality right now is that the pandemic is not going to go away this year. It may not go away next year. So what are we going to do about it? Are we going to just stay stuck because it's a pandemic? Or are we going to do something about it and seize this opportunity instead of an adversity? So I want to share with you one example. If you're in retail business, I know that you have to pay rent, you have to pay your employees, and it's very hard to find something to be grateful for at this point. But I can share with you, you can still find something very grateful. For example, you can be grateful that you've always had great products to sell, and you still have that great products to sell. Let's start with that. And then number two, let's be grateful that you have amazing suppliers who will continue to support you. And then next, maybe we can be grateful for the team of employees that you have, that they're still there, these experienced employees that you have, as such amazing team to help you with your business. So let's start with that, having gratitude. Let's find gratitude. If it's a relationship, let's look for what in your relationship that you're grateful for. We can find that. If we just sit down, meditate on it, you can find that gratitude. You can find something to be grateful for. Why is that so important? When you are grateful and when you find gratitude in whatever circumstances that you're at right now, your mind will start to shift. It will start shifting from being negative, being in fear, being in anxiety. It starts shifting to neutral. It's when you're in neutral that your mind can start thinking clearly, that you can start having creative inspirations, amazing ideas will start coming to you. And then you can flip whatever situation that you're in right now and turn it into something positive. So that's the first G. The second, we're going to talk about perspective. You can change perspective. How? Let's just say you're in a retail business again. You can start changing your perspective that, okay, you know what? For the past many years, I've always wanted to go to e-commerce, but I have no experience. The market wasn't ready. I wasn't sure if people can buy online. But hey, because of the lockdown and the MCO, everybody start shopping online. It's like, boom, you know, now you can switch your business online, go into e-commerce. There's multiple platforms of support. And now you have the whole world as your customer. You're not confined to your local community. You're not confined to paying rent in the mall. You're not confined to only servicing a certain group of people, a small amount of customers in your area. Now you can go and reach out the world. Now you can turn your business global. So isn't it an amazing perspective? And you can also think about, you know, now that if you can go online, you can go on e-commerce, guess what? You're making money even while you're sleeping. The business runs by itself 24 hours. Everyone from the world have the opportunity to buy something from you. So let's just shift that perspective. When you are able to shift that perspective, now your fear is starting to get smaller and smaller and smaller. And the uncertainty is started to get smaller and smaller and smaller. Then once you have a very new perspective, you can then go into solution, the S. Remember, it's GPS. Gratitude, perspective, and solution. So what are we talking about solution? Once you have a new perspective, now you can come up with new ideas. What are the possible new ideas? If you are in retail, you can then start going into focusing on what's the new demand. So in the past, if you are selling 50 products, now you want to look for what's the new lifestyle. What do people look for in the pandemic? The lifestyle has changed. Everybody's lifestyle changed overnight since last year. So let's look at what will be the things that people are looking for in the future. So then you can be creative and restructure your business, and then now offer something new, or even maybe perhaps you already have something amazing and now you can promote them online, change your business model. There's many ways to do it. That's just one example. If you're in retail business, if you're in relationship, you can also use GPS. If you're targeting to be better in your health, in your wellness, in your beauty, anything, you can always use this tool called GPS. I use it all the time. Whenever I get stuck in a situation, as a normal human being, you get a little bit concerned. It's normal. Don't be afraid of that. But I will always remind myself, hey, you have a tool, use the GPS. Think about what you're grateful for. Every situation you can find something to be grateful for. And then you change your perspective. There's always multiple perspectives that is going on, multiple dimensions of things you can look at. But sometimes you're so blocked in fears that we are not able to see it. But when you bring down that fear, you'll start getting inspired. You'll start getting all these ideas downloading into your mind, that you'll start seeing things in a very new way, in a very new perspective. Like, wow, I never thought of that. I've been doing this business for so long, but how come I've never thought of that? So take this pandemic as an opportunity. Take this pandemic as an opportunity to, reignite that passion in your relationship, to take care of your health. You have a lot of time now at home. If it's a lockdown, you can now work on your health. You can work on your relationship. You can reinvent your business. You can rethink about your career, or you can expand your career. You can spend more time with your family. So there's multiple things you can do that is actually very positive. So that's how you're going to create your new reality. You can always change that reality. And remember this, whatever reality you're in right now is directly a decision that you took from a while back. We don't want to look at the past, but we can be in the now and take the right decision so that it will recreate your future. Because your future is all the direct result of what you've decided to do today. So, from now onwards, please give yourself a commitment to ask questions, meditate on it, go deep into your heart and ask, is this the life that you want? You can go into one by one area, from your health to wellness, to your relationship, to your family, to your friendship, to your career, to your businesses. Every single areas of your life you can work on. So, this will be what I would like to share up till now. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask or comment. I would like to make this more interactive.
Very interesting sharing. I'm so impressed by your sharing about top 5 fear that we are actually, why we actually get stuck in our life. And I couldn't agree with you. So do we have any questions from the floor here? I can actually look into the chat. You can actually post in the chat if you can. Oh, there's no chat here, yeah. So you can actually unmute yourself and ask questions directly to Beebee. If not, Beebee, do you have there's someone, Kate, I saw your hands up. Do you have a question?
I wanted to make a comment, actually.
Right, go ahead.
Thank you, Beebee, for sharing your story and your experience. That's really fantastic, and in fact mirrors some of my own as well, because I too came to a point in my life where I was not happy with how it had been going, and made a conscious decision to change and to go a totally different way. And I too found the love of my life after I did that. And, you know, the things that have happened have been absolutely amazing. But what I wanted to share with everyone is that it doesn't matter. You mentioned this as well, that it doesn't matter where you're from. And that's absolutely true. But it also doesn't matter that you know how everything is going to happen. You don't need to know all the tiny little
Exactly.
details. It'll come to you. And
Exactly.
something that helped me is when I was getting, you know, worried or doubtful or something like that, I would simply tell myself, look, I don't know how it's going to work out, but I know that it's going to work out better than I expect with perfect timing. And I've proven it to myself for 10
Exactly.
years straight. It's never failed.
Wow. Wow.
So I just wanted to share that with everyone, and thank you so much.
Wow, wow, okay.
Congratulations. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy to hear that, you know, you too took the courage. And the reason why I'm so excited about sharing this session is because I really want to encourage people to live their fullest potential in life. You know, I always share during my classes with my customers is that think about this world as a Disneyland. When you bring your kids to Disneyland, what's your energy like? We just want to have fun. We just want to see our kids happy and have fun. And think about this. When we are all human beings born in this world called planet Earth, the universe just wants us to be happy, to live our full potential, to have the best time. Unfortunately, there's many people to come here and survive. So many people are in their life trying to survive life. But I want to inspire people that you don't want to just survive life. You want to have fun. You want to live your life to the fullest. I know a lot of people say, I'm living life to the fullest. And many people say, how do you live life to the fullest? Follow your heart. Your heart is always there to guide you. You're always guided. And I agree with what you say. You know, you don't have to know exactly the how. I had no idea what I was going to do when I moved to New York. I was just renting a small little apartment in Manhattan, in New York City. And people ask me, well, but you have a very nice condo, a sea view condo back at your home. I know that. But you know what? When I was on a journey to discover myself, I was on a journey to live my own life. And that's what made me so happy because I wasn't living the life based on anybody else's terms anymore. Basically, I'm not wearing the jackets that everyone put on me anymore. Oh, you have to be this, or you must be married by this age, or you must have this by this age. I leave all that behind and become my pure self so that I can discover who am I, who I truly am, what I want in life. How do I want to enjoy and have the best life in this world? And from there, like you say, you'll be guided. The steps and the how will just unfold itself eventually. The right timing will come, you'll meet the right people. Most important thing is you must want it. You must know what you want. Many people do not know what they want, so therefore they have to consult other people and ask for opinions. And when people give you their opinions, you are living their life. You're not living your own life. You're not living life by your choice. You're living your life based on other people's opinions. And the more you live this way, the more heavy you're going to feel. You're always going to feel a burden. If you don't do what people suggest to you to do, you're going to feel guilty. You're going to feel bad. You're going to feel like, oh, you know what? But my family wants me to be a doctor. I'm not being a doctor. They're going to be disappointed. We're living too much of our life based on other people's expectations. But when you know that you can recreate your reality, you can leave all of those expectations behind and go after what you're here to do. Everybody is here on earth for a purpose. So start looking for that purpose and you will be guided. Believe me on that, it works. And most people that I spoke to that have done it use the same steps. It's not something magical that only I know or only a certain people know. We're all given these tools. The question is, do we know it? Are we aware of it? Do we trust ourselves enough to use it? So ask ourselves that questions. And when you have these answers, you will live life very free. You'll always be in a flow. You're always vibrating very high. You'll always meet the right people, and you'll always be at the right place at the right time. So, thank you for sharing. And, is anyone else want to share something or comment something?
By just having to hear your story, I get so inspired, having to put everything down in Malaysia and fly to New York. What a decision. Thanks for sharing with us on your courage, how you actually leave your burden and make a decision to create your life in New York. So do we have any questions or anything that you would like to speak to Beebee? So I can actually take your questions. Beebee, do you have any more things to share with us? The untold stories, maybe?
The untold stories?
I'm so sorry. I have a question, from one of the from one of my friends. She asking, before we are creating our reality, is it that we need to know ourselves better, and how?
Okay, let me share with you. Knowing ourselves better is a journey. You can't suddenly say, I meditate today. Oh, I know who I am. When I took that decision to leave everything behind and move to New York City, first of all, I have no friends in New York City. I don't know anyone in New York City. And I've never been to New York City. I was just following my heart. My heart, when I see New York City, I feel so good. And I said, that's where I want to be. That's where I will be. Do I know myself? I have no idea. I don't really know myself at that time, but I just know this is the first step I need to do. I cannot keep living this lie. I was living a lie. Why I call it a lie? Because to everyone else, oh, you know what? You're doing very well. You have a good business. You have, a good relationship. It wasn't, and especially growing up in an Asian culture, you're supposed to put up that perfect external view. You're supposed to show people that you're doing well, but I wasn't. And the only thing I know at that time when I wanted to change my reality or recreate my reality is I know one thing. I wasn't happy. I know that. I wasn't happy and I need a change. So that was the first step. Do I know who I will be? I don't know. Do I know what I want? I don't know. I was 20. No, I was 28 years old. There's no way I would know, right? But I knew one thing, I wasn't happy. And I wasn't going to continue to live my life being unhappy. I think about it. I say, if I have to do this for the next 30 years, it will be miserable, Then I started questioning, what is the meaning of life? If this is what life is supposed to be, you come to this world, you go to school, and then you graduate, you study hard, okay? And then you graduate. And then you graduate, you find a career, you find a job, you find a relationship, and you get married, you have kids. You wait for retirement. Have you ever truly enjoyed? Have you actually lived in this world? So I want to inspire people that at whatever age you are, you can truly live the best, the most wonderful life. If you choose to today, that is a good start. We don't really have to know what will I do in next month, in 5 months from now, in 5 years from now. We are always guided. Just trust your heart. You will always be guided.
Trust your heart. Yes. Something
Thank
that I learned
you.
today.
Thank you, Beebee.
You're
Yes.
welcome.
Follow our heart.
Yes.
Do we have any questions, Murali? I saw you that you have some questions here. You want to ask directly to Beebee?
More than a question, I just wanted to kind of share with Beebee. First, I want to thank you very much. I think it was an amazing share. I'm in Mysore in India. I'm a good friend of Angie. And when I saw the topic, I thought I must attend. And the last 45 minutes has been something really amazing. What I like best is about your, what we call as the leap of faith. When you said you moved to New York and you had no clue about what's going to happen. The part where you talked about, the GPS, the solution. You don't have to know the solution. but we should, I strongly believe in gratitude. I love the GPS concept. I think this whole idea was really fantastic. And thank you so much for sharing. And my biggest takeaway is that leap of faith, which all of us must have, that we will be taken care of as long as we know that we are following our heart and doing what we should do. Thank you so much, Beebee.
You're welcome. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing your comment. And what you say is absolutely right. It's that leap of faith. I think most people were not taught what is trusting your heart, what is taking that leap of faith and go after what you want. So the majority of the people in the world end up just accepting, basically living a mediocre life. Not to say it's a bad thing. If that's your choice, it is good. But I always tell people, you know, if you go to Disneyland, okay, you don't want to go there and sit down and watch other people have fun. You want to go there and have fun yourself, right? It would be pretty miserable if you go to Disney and then you sit there and you say, oh, you know, it's so fun, that looks fun, but you're sitting there and waiting for Disney to close, right? So I find that, you know, I myself was in that shoe. I was surviving every day, dragging, you know, I was just working, you know, thinking that that's what life is about. I dislike Monday, you know, and Friday is the best. And I'm sure a lot of people relate, you know, are looking forward to the weekend. It's because you do not like your reality. It's not the reality that you like. And, you know, I share with some of my friends, my close friends, I say, you know, just go back to your childhood. When you were a child, the world is magical. Why don't people continue to live and see the world in such a magical way? Why do we start growing up and becomes more and more miserable? Do you agree? Most people, you know, when they grow older and older, they becomes more and more paranoid. They becomes more and more negative. It's like, you know, they're just surviving every single day in this world. But no, we don't want to survive. We want to have fun. Think of us in Disney. We're here to have fun. And when you were here to have fun, the first time you go on a roller coaster, you were afraid. You were not sure. You are uncertain. But once you've taken that ride, you know what it is. You decide, wow, this is fun. This is a great ride, right? So, you know, take that leap of faith, and then you can change your reality. When I say change your reality, I'm not suggesting that people leave behind their relationship, you know, or people leave behind their jobs or anything. Everyone's reality is different and what you want is different. So if you're in a relationship that you're not happy, for example, we can look at what can we do about it. Can we go on some personal training and personal development together so that, you know, we can grow on the same pace? Can we do something together? You know, you can always change that reality. Changing reality does not mean if I'm not happy in my relationship, I'm going to cut it off. Sorry, bye-bye, moving on. It's not like that. You can change that. You can improvise that. You know, there are people who tell me, you know, I'm really unhappy in my relationship. I can't leave this, that. Okay, then find a solution. There's always a solution. Or if you're not happy with your job, what exactly you're not happy with? Why are you not happy with? You know, if it's telling you to go against your heart, then you want to reconsider the kind of job that you're doing, right? But if that's not the case, if it's just some misunderstanding, then you can go and deeply, you know, meditate and ask yourself, what is my perspective? Then you use GPS. Then just use the GPS tool and find something you're grateful for, change your perspective, and then find a solution. I want to share with you one example. This happened long time ago, right after I graduated. One of my best friends who works for a company, and she always tell me how great her boss is. But one day, suddenly she told me she's very stressed out. And I say, why are you so stressed out? I thought you love your company. I thought you love your job. And she said, well, you know, it seems like my boss started to pick on me. You know, he's like, I don't know why suddenly he's, you know, like acting so tough on me. So I asked her, what exactly do you mean? She said, my boss started giving me all these jobs, you know, like, I don't know why he doesn't give it to other people. He's just giving it to me. So she started thinking that, you know, he doesn't like me, you know, that's why he's punishing me. So I actually told her about this GPS too. At the time, I did not call it GPS, but it's basically the same concept. I asked her, what do you like about your boss? So she told me, oh, she said, my boss is really cool, you know, like he's very lenient with us, you know, he trusts us. He doesn't like question us, you know, he's always supporting us. So I said, okay, that's good. That's a gratitude. And then I changed her perspective. I said, why do you think that by your boss giving you more jobs means he's trying to torture you? She can only see that perspective. So I told her, did you see the perspective that if I'm your boss, I'm the employer, I would only give this kind of job to the people I trust, to the people that I know have the capacity to deliver. And suddenly she looked at me in shock. She said, I never thought of that. I said, look, your boss is not torturing you. Your boss actually trusts you. And that's why he's giving you this extra job. Because I said, I'm a boss, or if I'm a leader, if I'm an employer, I would only pick people that I know can deliver the duty. Right? So I said, if you see it from the perspective, how do you feel now? She's like, wow. She's like, a whole burden just got lifted. She said, I think I agree with what you say, because you know these jobs are very specific and he just doesn't give it to other people. I say, yeah, there you go. So change your perspective. Sometimes you may not immediately be able to change that perspective when you are so one dimension, but remember to use this tool, GPS. Try to look for another perspective. And once you see that perspective, her stress is all gone. Then she's back to like, wow, you know, I love my job again. So it's always perspective. Find something to be grateful for, perspective, and then you have the solution.
Well done, Beebee. Kate, you have something to say, Kate?
Yes, this is such a great topic.
Thank you.
And thank you so much, Beebee. Really,
You're welcome.
like spot on. I'm listening to you and thinking about all of my experiences like, yep, totally right on. That's correct.
Great.
So one thing though I wanted to share from my experience too is a lot of times when we're thinking about like, okay, what do I want? Because that to me, I found was the most crucial thing for you to figure out in your life is what do you want? And
Sure.
like you said, it doesn't matter if you have a simple dream or some big gigantic dream. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want, whatever's going to make you happy. And you're absolutely right. Go back to that time when you were a child. What did you like back then? What made you happy? You know, what were your passions? What were you just so excited about? You had to spend every waking moment checking it out, you know, because those are the kinds of things that you will spark interest and you will expand your mind and your experiences because you'll remember, oh yeah, I used to love art or writing or whatever, you know, speaking to people. That's totally a thing. Um, but what I found in my life is you have to be careful when you're figuring out what you want to not phrase it in the wrong way. I personally spent many years thinking about, okay, well, I don't want this and I don't want that and I don't want this and I don't want that. And I got all that. That was exactly what I got, was everything I did not want.
Yeah.
Because, and you brought this up too about the fear. I was coming from a perspective of fear. I didn't want these things because I had, you know, a fear of them and they were just bad. You know, you don't want that stuff in your life.
Yeah.
So I knew that I didn't want the bad stuff, but
Yeah.
I was coming at it from a place of fear of the bad stuff instead of coming at it from a positive direction of, okay, these are the things that I want in the positive fashion. You know, like when I found the love of my life, I literally called it out to the universe and said, I want someone who's loving and kind and like me and smiles and good with my children and all of this stuff. And 2 days later, I'm talking to a friend and she's like, oh, I got this guy for you. I'm like, oh, I don't need anybody right now. But then a couple days later, I'm like bored and need to talk to somebody. Hey, there he is. And holy cow, the moment that I heard his voice, I knew. And we were 1,500 miles apart at
Wow.
the time. So, I mean, when you say that if you can do it, anyone can do it, I feel exactly the same way, because I came from just a regular middle class life, nothing special, but I've built up what I wanted in my life, and I have giant dreams. So it's all good. It doesn't matter where you come from, what you've done in your life. If you want to change it, it's a decision away. And when you make that decision to change, it's the easiest decision you've ever made in your life. It's like turning a corner, and you feel so refreshing that when you finally make that decision, and you know you've stressed yourself out for it for so long, but when you finally make it, you're just like, phew, oh, this feels fantastic.
Yeah.
And then your whole life changes, you
Yes.
know?
Yes.
So thank you
Right.
so much. I just wanted to share some more because I really do love this topic.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing, and congratulations for taking that, leap of faith. And I agree with you. At some point, you have to really know what you want. When I took that decision that many years ago, I didn't know what I want exactly, but I knew I want to be happy. That's for sure.
Exactly.
That's what I knew what I want. I knew I wasn't happy, and I knew that's not the life that I want. So I make a conscious decision to say, you know what? I deserve a very happy and fulfilling life. I deserve it, right? So that's what I'm going after right now. I do not want to live life and look back with regrets. So I'm going to take that leap of faith. I'm going to go after what I want. My heart tells me it's the right thing to do. I trust it. I go for it. And thank you for sharing your own experience, because I know it will inspire all of us here. We all need inspirations from time to time. And I'm so glad, that you did the same thing. And, you are where you are today, and you are at the reality that you consciously chose to. And I'm so proud of you, and thank you.
Well, thank you so much too.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, Katie. And I think we have Princess Debbie. You would like to say something? Do you have a question?
Yeah. No,
Yes.
I don't have a question. I always say that what our speaker was saying, you must always focus on positive things in life. I'm a Christian, and I'm always, most of the time I refer from the Bible. The Bible always tells us, I can do everything through Christ who strengthens me. I can do everything in Christ who strengthens me. Because fear and negativism and jealous it's a negative thing. So just say that, every moment, every time, how do we live? We live to leave an impact. We live to make a moment. Your moment you live with any person, it's a chapter. Yesterday, it was yesterday, is a bygone, and today is another day. You must make an impact, and a very positive impact in one's life.
Yeah.
And we've got different talents and gifts. And as that other lady was saying, that somebody was picking, the boss was picking on her, and that is because of the attributes of that person she was displaying. She was trusted. She was using her talents. She was using her gifts in a profitable way. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry I cannot show my face. I'm in a place that is a little bit rowdy, and I'm not really well prepared, but thank you so much. And I think we must speak more and more. And I really want to say, I can see also there is our global president for youth, President Lesego. Happy birthday. And we are always picking on her. And Nadia, we are always picking on them because they serve with good heart every time. And thank you so much. Creativity, it's not only creativity is not about the hands, but creativity is about the mind and the heart on how you impact other people's life. Thank you so much. And with President Ayla, she's in the hospital at this moment. I was speaking to her. We're saying that be courageous, our sister, be comforted, and we are praying that the hands and the mind of those people who are looking after your loved ones, God bestow wisdom in them. Love and light from Princess Debbie Dineo Raputi in South Africa. Love you all.
Thank you, Princess
Thank you
Debbie.
for sharing.
Hi, I see there's Alice, AMB Alice. Do you want to share something?
Yes, thank you so much. I think today's topic has really touched so many of us in a very positive way. Thank you so much, my dear, for sharing, because I totally agree with you, because many years ago, when I resigned from my very lucrative job, I resigned to go and do what was so passionate in my heart, but it was the lowest I could have taken, because those years when I decided to make that decision, like you have been told, that make a leap of faith and trust God that that 60 cents will take you where you want to go. When I resigned, I took my letter to my boss, and I ran out crying, and I cried for a whole week, wondering, and I was feeling so bad that, and to make that decision to leave a job which was paying very well, and I was an accountant, and I was being paid very well, and my life was very good. But as you have heard, I was not satisfied. I was not happy. I was the most miserable person. When I go to my house and I will go and sleep, I would feel so empty, because I was doing what I didn't want to do. But then when I looked at what I wanted to do, it was something people didn't like, people didn't respect, people didn't even, you couldn't even, it was not something you could write home about, because my passion was to make people beautiful. My passion was to be in hair, beauty, fashion. I wanted to teach people how to stitch clothes, how to do hair, how to do beauty. But those years, that was the lowest career you could have taken. But you see, that's where my passion was. But I decided to do a leap of faith. I resigned. I went home. I cried the whole week. Everybody despised me. The only person who was on my side was my husband. My husband was in a very, very high job in the country. He's one of the people, the top military officers in the country. So to say that your wife is a hair technician or a fashion designer, it was shameful. But he stood by me and he told me, you know what? The decision you have made is the best. Go for it. Don't think about what people say. Don't listen to the in-laws. Don't listen to your people. Don't listen to anyone. Do it. But I want to encourage our sisters and brothers in this for today, and anyone listening, that this is the best you can do, following your passion and following what you love doing. Because when you do what you love doing, it makes you happy. Because today I run one of the biggest institutions in Eastern Africa. I teach people hair, how to do hair, how to do beauty, how to do fashion. And today, as we speak, our school we have already signed a charter that is becoming a university of cosmetology. Look at a small dream by someone out there many years ago. Today, it is one of the biggest schools we have in East Africa. Today, we are writing curriculums and curriculums for the government and contributing to the growth of that industry in the government. And it was because I decided to do that, to make that a leap of faith. So, and I did it because I loved it. And when I became, and I started that, I felt so good with myself. I felt so fulfilled. Before, I used to feel so inferior. I would feel that I didn't have confidence in myself, but I was in a very good job, but I didn't have confidence in myself. But when I started doing something very small, I was so confident I could do anything. I did events, I did things which nobody would have thought I could do because I was at the place where I wanted to be. So ladies, when you do what you love doing with your heart, when you do something which is passionate in your heart, when you follow your consciousness will never let you down, and God will always be on your side. It doesn't mean that whatever you decide to do, people like it, but as long as you love what you do, don't care about what other people say, don't think about what, as long as you yourself love it. You are the only one who can make people love what you do. Because when you do something and you love it with all your heart, other people start loving what you do. And that's what I saw. And I'm very happy today that we are sharing this. It's something which I've always wanted to share with people, telling them that follow your conscience, follow your passion. It doesn't matter how small it is. It doesn't matter how it looks like. You are the one who can make a mountain out of an anthill. Thank you very much.
Thank you for
Alice.
sharing. Thank you. And thank you for being another inspiration for all of us here. And it was very impressive. And also thank you for setting such a great example to everyone out there. I'm really happy whenever I hear, you know, other, like you say, brothers and sisters who set as a great example. And, you know, what you did despite all the society's expectations or society's burden on you, you succeed and you proved, you know, you prove to people and you set an example to the rest of us that, you know, as long as you follow your passion, you follow your heart, you will never be wrong. You'll never go wrong.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's what taking that leap of faith is about. And that's what we're talking about today, to recreate your reality. It's first by taking that leap of faith. And when you follow your heart, you follow your passion, you'll never go wrong. So there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to be fearful about.
Thank you so much, Beebee and Alice, for sharing your thought and a very inspiring business journey that you have. And it is time for me to actually wrap up for this session. I think we are a bit overrun, and I think Beebee, we have many more sharings if we were to stay online. Yeah. So before we actually end the session, passing it back to the president, I would like to wrap up the session. I totally agree with you on the top 5 reasons why the people get stuck, like, you know, fear of making decision, fear of even taking the blame, fear of taking responsibility, fear of not good enough, and fear of not following your heart. So this is a very good sharing from you. And also the things that I like about is how do we actually change that by having the GPS in our life. The GPS is so much relevant to the olden days GPS. So yours is gratitude, perspective, and solution, so that we can actually shift our fear and uncertainty to a very, very minimal stage. So that we can actually recreate and design our life that we want to be. And before I end, I would like to actually pass it back to the president so that he can actually have the closing remarks. Stella, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Angie. Hello, Beebee. Thank you so much for your sharing of the day. So I really learned something, you know. Perspective is very, very important. Okay, so I learned something today, this afternoon, is perspective have to be go to in more dimension. Correct. So because it's to overcome all these 5 fears. That's what you have mentioned just now. I really totally agreed. People have fear is because to me, they are not confident. They didn't know what they want. So they wanted to find a way to know, to understand more of themselves, but they couldn't find a way. They didn't know how. Therefore, a lot of these courses or even those books will help them to find themselves, to find better self of themselves. This is what I look at it. So another thing that I wanted to use the quotes of Ernestina. Because I liked her life's quote for this one, because
Tina, what was the quote that that you would like to share? Perhaps you can actually share it here.
of love is to receive the love from others. So this is also what
Tina, you want to actually rephrase your quote so that we can actually know the full quotes of yours? You can unmute yourself.
to Angie again, right? Or over
Yeah,
to
Stella.
you. Thank you so much, Beebee.
Stella,
Thank
I
you.
want to actually, it was a bit hang in just now. What was the code again to?
The quotes.
Yeah.
Yep. I have the 3 quotes. It's actually Ernestina life quotes. I really, how to say, follow her quotes, you see. So it's the origin of love is to love ourselves first. The journey of love is to love others. And the conclusion that we will receive the love from others. So this is love is very, very powerful, and love will make us more confident.
Yes.
So please love ourselves more, and then we can love others. Thank you so much. So this is what. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
yeah,
much.
thank you, Beebee.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
because of love. Yeah.
Thank you. So so we are done, Stella?
No, not done yet, because today is one of the presidents from South Africa. Today is a birthday. I could like to grab everyone to sing a birthday song to her. President Resago from South Africa.
Stella,
Are you here?
Stella, I think Dr. Ayla want to say something. Ayla, you want to say something?
Oh, yeah, Doctor. Hello, my mentor.
Hi,
Nice
everyone.
to see you.
Oh my God, it's such an amazing sharing. No, I think Stella already mentioned that we're going to celebrate President Leseho's birthday today. We will sing. Who wants to sing? Nobody wants to sing?
Singing
Well,
together.
we all sing usually, yeah.
Nadia, can you press? Okay, where is President Leseho? Is she here? She's leading the, she's not here, yes?
She came in,
She was, but she left.
Oh,
okay. It's fine. We just say happy birthday to her. Maybe we sing together, or Angie, do you want to sing?
No good in singing. Hello, we should sing together.
Okay. You know, I want to tell something. This is amazing topic, and Beebee, yes, you're right. You know, WWLC is born because of this as well. You know, because my passion of woman. You know. And today, even though my mother in the hospital, there is pandemic, whatever happens to me, you know, I'm like a young kid. I'm always excited about my woman. Look at my woman. Look at this organization, you know. The whole Middle East love this organization, you know, the royals, they all want to meet you in person. You know, where is this amazing woman? And in Middle East, Alice was like roaming around, and you know, it's just amazing. And you know, I couldn't believe it. You know, I started very small with Stella Lim.
Dr. Ira, tell them they want to see those women in Middle East. They really want to see them.
You know, when I told them about WWLC, the people in Middle East, they just go crazy, like what we do, leading change, art of kindness, you know, Down syndrome. We make product from Down syndrome. We launched the book in Parliament House. They just going crazy. You know, they say, how did you do it? I say, I don't know. We do it together. It's not me, because that love that we receive together, we are able to do extraordinary thing, you know. I think President Leseho is here. Happy birthday.
Hi, President.
Happy
President, let's go.
birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Can we
Happy
see everyone?
birthday.
Happy
Nadia, can
birthday
to you.
Happy
birthday
to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday
to you.
Hip hip. Hey, happy birthday, President Leseho. What is your wish today? To be young again?
For good health, good health. To be healthy again, that's my wish.
Thank you so much.
We pray,
We
Leseho,
love
that
you.
you'll
We
have
love
good
you.
health. We love you. We want you to heal. You feel better. Your good health is very important, because everything comes after good health.
Thank you so much, President Alice. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you, Dr.
before we ending for this afternoon, I could like to take the opportunity to wish Dr. Ayla mothers speedy recover from whatever, and be happy. Thank you, Dr. Ayla. You know, you are the soul and you are the inspiration of World Women Leading Change. Because of you, you grab us together to inspire to the world. Thank you so much. Love you.
Yes, love you too. We have invitation, yes, in July to Monaco. Yes, Monaco. We will meet Prince Albert, Queen Elizabeth, and Prince of Liechtenstein. So I can't wait to show
Really looking forward. So, moderator, Angie,
Hi.
so shall we
end the session, okay?
have any viewers? Yes. Thank you so much, Beebee. Nice to see
Thank
you
you,
here.
Beebee. Hope to see you someday.
Yes, sure.
Love to see you in Kuala Lumpur soon, okay?
Thank you,
Okay.
Angie,
And,
Stella,
yes.
Dr.
Thank
Ayla, and
you.
everyone.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
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 Thank you,
Nadia, you
everyone.
can off
Bye.
the Facebook, yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And our WWLC song. Let's present our World Women Leading Change song.
Thank you. It's unit.
So Stella, should we actually end the session?
Yeah, maybe, because normally they have the song of World Women Leading Change. So before
Nadia?
ending, Nadia, do you want to play the song before ending? Is Nadia there?
We can't stop it.
Okay. Hang on.
Are you the co-host?
Hang on, I need to call Nadia. Because normally we will have the World Women Leading sing out. What happened to me? So So we will have the song before ending. I think just now the song has present, right?
Yes, but she needs to end the Facebook. She's still on live now.
Okay.
So can you get her to off?
Okay. So, yep, I will.
We are the woman leading change, leading change. We are the woman leading change, leading change. We are the woman leading change, leading change. We are the woman leading change for our people, for our countries, for everyone in the world. Love, peace, needed in this world. Endurance, needed in this world. Forgiveness, needed in this world. Unity, needed in this world. Yes, African woman leading change. Antarctican woman leading change. Yes, Asia woman leading change. Yes, Australia woman leading change. Yes, Europe woman leading change. Yes, North America. Yes, South America. Woman leading change. Kalirato fella. Kalirato fella. Woman leading change. Kalitabo fella. Kalitabo fella. Woman leading change. Gotando pella. Gotando pella. Woman leading change. Yes, Indonesia. Yes, Ayla. Yes, Ayla. Woman leading change. Yes, Indonesia. We thank you, world woman leading change.
Thank you and bye.